Hey guys, Chris here with the Aventon Aventure Model 1. Has a cadence sensor, 750 watt rear motor, and 5 levels of pedal assist. Out of the box, this thing will get you up to 20 miles an hour with the ability to unlock the speeds of this bike inside their app. You'll get up to 28 miles per hour, which is fantastic for a daily commuter like me. I have a 26-mile round trip ride that I do to the office and home every day. I absolutely love this thing as a daily commuter. It's comfortable, it's fast, it's sturdy. Most importantly, this thing is fun. Fast and fun. Stick around.
All right, so we just popped this in here. I've had the bike for a couple of weeks now. Going to go ahead and power it on and take you guys for a little ride as I give you my thoughts. I love how fast this bike is. 28 miles an hour once you unlock it. It's plenty fast to be cruising around city streets, commuting. It's excellent for that. Really love how nimble this bike is, so I can flip around to this little quick U-turn right here without really having to stop the bike. So slow down and get it going. Very nimble. For such a heavy bike, you can stop, come to a full stop, get going again. Very, very, very nice and nimble. Take it to the beach for those low-key vacations, the campsites. You're really gonna be able to get around well. The other thing I really love about this bike is the fact that you can go off-road with it, which is really, really nice. It's one of the reasons I chose this bike over other models. I'm able to get around using the level assist. This is a steep hill and it's gonna climb it easily. I'm in assist level 4. Right up here is a 30% grade. It's short, but the bike is just gonna hop right up right there. And again, this one is about a 30% grade. I'm gonna try the throttle only, see if we can get it up. It's short, so it's about 27 or 28. With it being so short and I had a running start, I was able to get up it on throttle. The bike's well balanced. You feel like you have plenty of grip on these nice fat tires. The front suspension isn't incredible, but it gets the job done for you going over these bumps. I love that I can get this bike out, get it a little dirty, get some good speed going. Pedal assist 4, pedal assist 5. Really cooking through these dirt roads. All right, so let's try the throttle only to see if we can get up this short little hill. I definitely know we will, but let's just see how it performs. It's definitely climbing, no problems. All right, so here comes the steepest portion. As you can see, this typical cyclist is needing to take it in a very low gear, nice and slow. This one's gonna make it up, no problems. I love the display on this bike. It's very bright. It shows me exactly what I want to see, what level of assist I'm in. I can see my speed limit very, very clear and accurately. Reading the battery power is very simple and easy while you're on the bike. There's no struggle to see that information. Even though the battery is a little bit smaller than what is advertised on the website. Website says 720 watt hours. This says it's about 680 on the battery itself. But the range has been sufficient. I love how far I can get on this bike. I've never actually drained it. The furthest I've gone in a single day is 31 miles so far. And I had 25% of my battery life left with those 31 miles. And that should be noted that that day was a day full of lots of hill climbing, off-road. I like to ride this bike to work, so I rode it to work. And when I do that, I'm usually in 28 mile an hour mode. So I'm usually in level 5. So speed and climbing kills battery life, and the fact that I got 30 miles that day and still had about 25% left on the battery is very impressive. So I'm getting at 190 pounds, 6 foot tall, on this large frame, I'm getting better mileage than what they even say I should get on their website. I love the fat tires. Fat tires are a nice, comfortable ride in the city. So you might think commuter tires are a little bit better for the city, and it's true if you're wanting to get a little bit better battery life or maybe be a little bit more quick and nimble. But I find that these fat tires, they provide a cushy ride and a lot of stability. They're really sturdy. So there's never been a point over the last couple of weeks when I was riding this bike around the city or anything like that, that I felt like I was ever going to lose control. Pedal assist 0. I'm in gear 4 on the takeoff. Certainly capable of getting around. You wouldn't want to do this all day long, but if you ever run out of battery power somewhere, it's doable. I actually am pedaling faster than what level assist 1 will get you. Pedal assist 1 gets you up to 10 miles an hour. So I find I never use pedal assist 1 because I naturally pedal this bike faster than that assistance level. 2 will get you up to 15. 3, I need a shift, we'll get you up to 20. 4, 25 if you unlocked the bike. And then 5 will get you up to about 28 to 30 miles an hour. Even though this is touted as being an all-terrain bike, it really is. However, it's not a mountain bike. Don't think of it as a mountain bike. I would consider it mostly a commuter bike that can also have fun on the weekends. But I like that I can just take some shortcuts here and there with this bike without having any concerns with it at all. It's really handy. So then here we are jumping into the city streets, where it really shines as a commuter bike. This thumb throttle from a complete stop is really nice. And I'll show you, this is one of the key things that makes this a really nice commuter bike, is that that throttle gets you up and going fast, gives you the time to get your legs under you to pedal. And as you can see, I'm still the first one across the road here, fastest out of the gates, just barely got past. But the thing that I don't like about this thumb throttle is that it's not a true throttle. They should have just called it an on-off switch, because that's really all it does. So for example, I thought maybe if I just barely push down like I did here, it would give me maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. But it's just gonna keep picking up speed until I get to 20 miles an hour. I can't regulate the speed other than letting off the thumb throttle. The problem with that is, you might think, you know, what's the big deal? Couldn't you just let off, put back on, let off, put back on? Problem with that is no, because once you let off, the motor turns off, and then when you give it pressure again, it takes a few seconds before it kicks in. So I'll show you that. I'm gonna let go, and if I put power back on, it's a delay. So I'll tell you. So I let go, I put back on, and now the motor just kicks back on. So there's quite a bit of delay, and it creates a pretty herky-jerky experience. Same thing for the pedal. So you hear it kicked off, I'm gonna pedal, 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 then it kicked in. Now the motor's fully engaged. So quite a bit of a delay. You have to get used to riding the bike. I find that I've adapted in about a week. I've gotten used to that, to where I start pedaling a couple seconds before I know I'm gonna need the power, because I know it's going to be that delay. It's not a horn on the bike, that's my front brakes. They're extremely loud, and they're not all that good at braking. I even took them into the shop to be adjusted. I'm gonna go ahead and get up to 20 miles an hour. And then I'm gonna do a brake test and we'll see from the moment I push the brakes to how long it takes to slow down. All right, so we're at 20 miles an hour. We'll go ahead and brake. All right, so here comes a 28 mile an hour speed test for brakes. All right, so let's just see how far that was. The distance that it took to stop for 20 miles per hour here. Okay, I stopped right here and marked my spot. Let's see. Roughly, you can see that 42 feet. All right, let's reset it. Back to 0. And this is gonna be a long one, guys, because it took forever to stop from 28 miles an hour. All right, so this is roughly the same spot. So pull it up here. You can see that 90 feet. So I thought I should just pause right here to point out that these are actually decent brakes. They're not low quality. They're not the best quality, but they're not low quality. They actually perform really well. My rear brake does pretty good. It has a little bit of a clatter, but it performs pretty good. It's actually, let me show you. Let me just get this over here. All right, so you see this right here, this black residue that's on this front disc brake. I think, I don't know, can you see on my fingers? It's rubbing off on it. I think that's the problem. I'm gonna try to get, I don't know if I should get some cleaner or something like that, like pull out some of my car's brake cleaner and see if that might solve this problem. I don't know. I'll look some things up online, but I'll also reach out to Aventon and see what they say about this, and I'll update you guys in a future video if they get back to me about it, or I'll let you know what they actually say. And if I can figure out what's causing it, or if I ultimately have to replace these brakes, I will let you guys know in a future video. All that said, is this a bike that I would buy again? Definitely, I would buy this bike again. I love this bike. I definitely can recommend this bike, but watch out for those brakes when you get it. Make sure that they're performing to spec for you. Mine unfortunately didn't. And just be prepared for that cadence sensor to be a little laggy, or go ahead and get the Aventon 2, spend a little bit more money and not have to worry about that lag on the cadence sensor. Thanks for watching, guys. I plan to have a lot more of these reviews coming out. I'll be comparing this bike with other bikes. I have 200 miles on it already. I'll give you a 500-mile update pretty soon. It's not taking very long on my daily commutes to rack up the miles on this. I'll let you know how this thing is holding up, how that battery life is holding up. So subscribe and stick around. Take care.